Peoples of the universe, please attend carefully. The message that follows is vital to the future of you all.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It is Sunday night, ladies and gentlemen. Here I am online, rearing and breathing to go. Like Sunday night at the Palladium. You know, I used to like that. Bit of Tarby, introducing all your favourite acts. You know, like what could be wrong with that? Sunday night at the Palladium was essentially, they wanted to do a Royal Variety performance, but the Queen didn't want to go. they wanted to do the Royal Variety performance, the TV show. So there you go. That was Sunday night at the Palladium. I kind of liked it. I hate to tell you, mate. I did. Yeah, I kind of liked it. Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Oh, well, I guess for you out there in England, it's 5 o'clock. So, you know, what has he got? Songs of Praise or Highway? I don't know. What they want at 5 o'clock now? They used to have these great ITV sci-fi dramas on at that slot sometimes on Sundays, like Knights of God. And they were really weird and never very good, right? But with lots of great, like, cast and guest stars. In fact, like, Knights of God had everybody. I think Patrick Troughton was in it. I can't remember, but it was on ITV. They had a very ITV feel about them, really. Oh, that is good. That is good. I am not well, ladies and gentlemen. It is cold here in the Holy Land. We're having a cold snap. This is particularly good though. We're having a cold snap, and it got really cold yesterday. And I got all the heating on the house, and I got cold. I got sick this morning. Now I don't know. There's a couple of reasons why this is going to happen, because I was scheduled to go to a place called Beit Shemesh tomorrow, and I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to schlep. I mean, I had to. All right, I had to. Well, maybe my body just saying no to that, but I don't think so. What I think my body was really saying no to is a combination of things. My wife doesn't want me to go, right? Because she doesn't want me mingling with the plebs unless I come back unclean, unless I come back ridden with COVID. Now, in a defense, I'm relatively high risk, and I think that's what she's worried about, and she doesn't want me to die or her to die for that reason. But I don't think it's going to happen. But anyway, but so there's her this not wanting me to go there, but also I was going to meet her in Jerusalem and go out for dinner. I'm like, oh God, I didn't want to go home and crawl into a ball. Leave me alone. I've been outside my shell for too long. I'm basically Mycroft Holmes. Okay, I don't like doing stuff. Okay, I don't mind going to 5-star restaurants or hotels for a few weeks. That's fine, right? All expenses paid. I'm up for that. I don't mind that. But generally speaking, I don't like leaving. I don't like leaving my lair. Oh, this is gorgeous. I don't know what pot I put in, but wow. I really like this one. It's like chocolatey. Wow, I'm really enjoying that. My schedule is strange because we have the holiday of Purim this week on Wednesday night and Thursday, where you get incredibly drunk. Now, to prepare for that, we have this thing on Sabbath called Parshas Zachor, which is a really weird commandment in the Bible, right? The Jews say we have 613 basic commandments for Jews are in the Bible, right? Most of them you can't do. Right? Most of them are, like, a lot of them about like tithing and like it's a lot of agricultural law. A surprising amount of the Bible is agricultural law, but basically you learn out more things from it. But anyway, so there's a weird commandment that we have to remember the nation of Amalek, right? Amalek are the bad guys in Judaism, right? They totally are. Amalek has never liked us. So Amalek is a offshoot of the tribe of Esau, who I believe the Donald to be the Messiah of, right? But I think Amalek is an offshoot of them. So they, when they're describing it, right? The parable where they said they first attacked the Jews in the desert. Their big sin was that after the Jews left Egypt, everybody was shit scared to touch them, right? They're like, oh, okay. They look like I don't want to fight with them, right? And 10 plagues. That kind of that was famous at the time. People were like, "Whoa!" I mean, they took down like the world power at the time. So people they were scared of the Jews, right? That lasted about 12 minutes. Right, that's about so that was this nation called Amalek attacked us in a kind of a sneaky way. The parable that says when it describes the incident said they came upon us by chance, but what it really means by that is we in Judaism do not believe in chance, right? The fundamental difference between us and the nation of Amalek is Amalek believes that we live in a random, meaningless universe, right? That then there's no meaning or point to really anything. We're just meat puppets floating through time and space, right? Doesn't really matter. You are an insignificant speck on an insignificant speck, right? That's a basic worldview, right? And we all know that worldview. That's the prevalent worldview, right? People will say that's the science. Well, I look at it a different way. I look at it that everyone is incredibly important and precious, right? Every single person is incredibly important and precious, and everything is meaningful, right? Everything happens. If you imagine your life as a piece of art, right? Your existence, you're born to birth to death. Imagine it as a painting, as some kind of weird 5-dimensional piece of art that moves and changes, right? God is basically the paintbrush. We're applying certain pressures and situations onto you to make you into a better person, or make you do things, or take you places that you wouldn't go if you didn't have to go, right? So, and that's like, and your soul is kind of like his creation, right? Because he's nudging life. So we think everything is purposeful and meaningful, and the idea that there is no meaning to anything is abhorrent, right? To, I think, Abrahamic faith, right? Because I think the fundamental difference is we're not meat puppets, right? We're all precious, right? We're all important, right? So that's it. That's why they say they came upon us by chance. It wasn't by chance. They came upon us with the idea of chance. So what they the parable that exemplifies the nature of Amalek is there's a kid in the forest, and the father puts the kid on his shoulders, and the kid's like playing, then like doing it, and eventually the kid forgets that he's on the father's shoulders, and so he sees somebody riding on a horse and says, "Have you seen my father anywhere?" Right, and so the father takes the kid off, puts him down, and a dog comes and bites him. That's a Amalek. The dog is a Amalek, right? Also, Amalek is mentioned in a very cryptically in the Talmud in a weird way. It says, "Don't take the bit out the mouth of Amalek," right? Otherwise, the nation of Edom will go in and consume the world, right? So, what the hell is that talking about? That's really bizarre. So, this guy called Rabbi Moshe Islis, who is a major commentary on both the Old Testament and the Talmud, right? The Babylonian Talmud. Probably, I think just a Babylonian Talmud. Anyway, Rashi is how he's more commonly known. So he explains it this way. He says that this talking about the nation of Germania, right? Who every day they're made up of like 50 kingdoms, and every day one king goes out to fight another king, and they can't unite. Right? If they ever unite, that's the bit being taken out the mouth of Amalek. So fast forward to modern history, then Germany was one of the last countries to unite in the modern world. And pretty much the first thing they did was start World War One, right? Like, we're all united, World War One. And then weirdly, after the end of World War One, they broke off Austria. As if like the subconsciously knowing that this nation of Germany cannot be whole, because if they become whole, they will go out and they will consume the world. And the first thing that that naughty National Socialists from Germany in the 1930s did was he annexed Austria, like some kind of supernatural thing there, right? So that's a Malek. A Malek also comes up whenever the Jews are about to enter the land of Israel, right? A Malek rears their head. That's why I think, again, the naughty National Socialists from Germany was the exemplification of the nation of Amalek, probably the king of the nation of Amalek. Probably unbeknownst to him, or maybe beknownst to him. I have really no idea. Anyway. So this week, so this is what Purim is an antidote for, the idea that everything is by chance, right? Everything like, because what drinking, which is the central things you do on the holiday of Purim, does, it releases your conscious mind. It makes it impossible for you to think. And when you think, you can think yourself into things and out of things, right? But when you drink to the point where you cannot think, right? You can't distinguish between good and evil. And then when you get to a place, it's a place of like weird, it's like being in the zero room. It's like this weird place of holiness where there's only you and God. And it's just like, kind of like awe-inspiring. It's like very strange. It's happened to me a few times, right? And then you pass out. But it's a very holy high, this Purim. And then one year, about 16 years ago, I guess it'll be the year after my mother passed away, 17 years ago. I had a dream, and I'm convinced my mother came to visit me. I am convinced. And she didn't say much to me. She just said, I just saw that she was okay, right, and she was doing good. So that was real, and then moved on. And I'm convinced that was real, but I think that was like by getting insanely drunk. I got insanely drunk that year. But that's all of the. But the first thing you got to do is Zecher Amalek. Remember this nation of Amalek, which we did this week. So it's weird, right? Normally, women don't have to go to synagogue to hear a Torah scroll being read, right? It's not like it's have to that you can, because a lot do, right? But it's much more of an obligation on men than it is women. Women are obligated by time-bound commandments. So, but this week you had to go to hear this thing called they read the part, and it's they do special readings for it. It's a weirdly big deal, right? It's a very big deal. Nobody really thinks about it other than me. Me and from people, me and rabbis, but it's a weirdly big deal. Part of Zachor, and I think it's a. Bam! I just think we're buckled in. I think when I've been saying this is coming for the last 18 months or so. It's kind of isn't. I said we're heading to Whoops Apocalypse a year ago, and I'm like, I wasn't so wrong. I mean, it doesn't seem like we're not going in that direction right now, right? I just hope God will be merciful, right? But I think He'll look after. Those who have looked out for Him, I think He'll look after. Interesting enough. Okay, so I was watching the Adam Project. I'm 40 minutes into that. Awesome. Okay, awesome beyond awesome. More of that, please, but not a sequel. I don't want to see these characters again. It's like one of those really good one-off action adventure movies from the 80s. It's kind of like, I don't know, Inner Space, right? It's like that kind of level. Anything else? So if I get a little bit more famous than Dennis Quaid in the 80s, although he was reasonably famous, right? He was kind of on the bubble. I can't remember. But I think what this is a really fun action adventure kids movie. Right, and it's lovely. I'm really, really, really enjoying it. I'm enjoying the action adventure. I'm enjoying Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds. I'm enjoying the sweetness of it. There's a lot of sweetness to it, and I like the sci-fi, stuff. It's all excellent. And Ryan Reynolds is great doing comedy, great doing action, great doing pathos, great doing emotion. Ryan Reynolds is just great, right? I mean, listen. He is worth his paycheck. There's a few people I will say are worth their paycheck, who work for their money. Ryan Reynolds totally works for his money. The Rock totally works for his money, right? He puts his time in on freaking everything. I always have a lot. I mean, he does whatever piece of garbage he's doing. Jungle Cruise, right? He's like, I'm buying that second house for my kids. You know, he's like, okay, you go for it, Dwayne, mate. And good for you. Good for you. It's a good thing to be able to provide. I can understand why he's so happy to be able to do it, right? I mean, look, basically, when he's doing a piece of shit movie, he's buying a second house for one of his kids, right? You know, he's like, it's going to be that much easier now, right? Like, it's pretty good. Fine, let's put some eye candy and then get to the chat, right? Let's do the chat. Because we got this show, I got so much to bloody do, right? This show is it's not a super chat catch up, it's a speed catch up, right? I'm just behind and everything. I'm catching all up tonight, and I said I got Purim, so I was going to take tomorrow off. So I was supposed to go to Beit Shemesh, but oh man, I am sick of it. That's not happening. That's not happening. I got a lot to do. I hope my coffee will last me through, right? Because I am like wobbly, right? But look, as long as there's things I got to do. I got to cover the J.K. Rowling stuff. Freaking awesome, beyond awesome, beyond awesome. I've been promising to do the Steve Noonan video. We're doing it here. We're doing it live. Okay, it's gonna happen. I've been meaning to do that. Steve Noonan first talk. I hope you appreciate Stevie. Bit of Photoshop for you. You are now the first Doctor. And of course, Mandip, darling. Mandip, we're leading with you, honey. Doesn't get much better than that. I love a bit, Mandip. Now, because I got Purim coming up, I got a lot of content ready for you. So we got this coming up. I recorded this last night. Okay, so this happened because I'm reading Doctor Who magazine over Sabbath, right? And there's a whole thing with Eric Saywood just being a dick to people, right? In the official memos, like just being unfortunately, what you wrote was absolute drivel. And I was like, it's exactly what he would say. I like just you being an absolute dick to everyone, right? And it reminded me of how do I have it right here? How their relationship fell apart totally, and it all imploded, and it's really that's what caused the cancellation of Doctor Who. But it was a part of that. The famous interview he gave. It's all in this book over here. Let me just put this up. They just put a new edition of this out, The Life and Scandalous Times of John Nathan Turner. Brilliant book. Brilliant book. Was very well written, very well researched by somebody who was there at the time, Richard Marston, right? Brilliant book. Strong recommend, right? Real strong recommend. So it's fascinating, right? This is a scalpel cutting through history. And you see why. You see why Doctor Who was cancelled. You saw the history unfold in real time in these official memos, right? And you can see the animosity in the bio. And we have the Eric Saywood interview that was in Starburst, right? It's like, it's crazy. And it was so petty. And it's the real. Listen, John Nathan Turner had rubbed a lot of people up the wrong way, right? This new room came in. They wanted to change everything. Everything was garbage at BBC. They were right. They had to say BBC was hemorrhaging viewers. That was just when ITV launched like Game for a Laugh and just obliterating the BBC. They were obliterating BBC left, right, and bloody centre, right? So that's when the Director General got fired essentially, and he only got the job because he wasn't meant to get the job. He was one of the other candidates they gave, but he just gave we're hoping they'll go for somebody else, but he just gave a good pitch that they hired him, and he destroyed the BBC. So John Nathan Turner, his Doctor Who was in the headlines, like they didn't like it. They wanted to get rid of it. It was garbage to them. There was no salvaging it. And John Nathan Turner just hadn't made friends, right? He was a big and gregarious personality, and lesser people didn't like that. I think is a fair way of describing it, right? So, and then you have Eric Saywood being somewhat of a dick, in my estimation, getting more and more frustrated and then self-destructive. right? So utterly self-destructive until it blew up, right? All this made was another nail in John Nathan Turner's coffin, right? This basically led to the cancellation, and the final thing that killed him was his unauthorized press release that it was only they changed it from a cancellation to a hiatus for 18 months because the Doctor Who fan base were going to take a Dalek to Parliament and protest, right? And it was going to be on the front pages, and they just didn't want to get him. But the press officer convinced Michael Gray that no, this is going to be awful. We're not going to be able to play this down. We're going to look like utter dicks, right? They're going to say, look how money it makes, look how money it costs to make. They're just being vindictive to a small audience. Why, right? And they're going to be right, and people are going to hear them, and people already don't like BBC. So it was changed to a hiatus, right? But he also politically engineered it as well. But it was the beginning and the end, because instead, when it came back, they purposely, as we all know, scheduled it to fade away. And amazingly, it was doing better, right? It turned the corner, and actually it was starting to get better. And it was if it had a bit more money, it was doing great, right? And a few more episodes, it was becoming not embarrassing to watch. So anyway, so compare that to the current situation where it hasn't been cancelled under worse circumstances, and you can really see what's going on. So there's that coming out. I think I might put that one out tomorrow. It's a good video. I like this one. And then there's this one. I wrote this today. What happens when the show media actually tries watching Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall's Doctor Who? OMG. That was shit. Yeah. It's really bizarre. Right, it's because they can't ignore it anymore. Right, they can't ignore it. It's they just know that it's like, so the way they're coping with it is very. There's a couple of different approaches which we should look at in this video. All of them entertaining. This thumbnail, I think, really says it. Right, says the complete shock and horror that's going on with them now. I got my Kingsman review. That still hasn't come out, man. Maybe that'll come out tomorrow. We got Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer reaction. Yeah, I did that in the live stream. And this, I'm going to snip out the first Doctor bit. So that's going to be my second segment. And put this video out. Finally, I'm going to give it a fair shake, right? And that's my plan. And then I think, but we're going to start off with Mandip. Bit of Mandip action, darling. We love you, Mandip. We love you. God bless you. Let's get to the chat. Chancellor Goth is here. By hook or by crook, I'll be first. Icky Thump! Chancellor Goth is first. He's crushing the resistance of those around him. But we all know Goth was just a puppet of the master. Remember, folks, you cannot spell Jodie without E. That is true. Icky Thump. Icky Thump says, Mr. Jekyll and Hyde. The soda engines is here. Epsilon space _. Hey, Rabbi. Hey, back to you, sir. Thank you for joining us. Falconel, how you doing? Oops, late again. You, dude. You are bang on time, mate. Bang on time. We're just tap dancing to you here, mate. Just tap dancing. That's Falconel. Nonsense Falconel. You're right on time. Yeah, says the sort of engine. Darren M is here. I'm staying at home because of Sunlight says, glad your stream to cheer me up. Yeah, I'm genuinely sick, man. You're gonna see as soon as I click stop on this, my adrenaline's gonna stop and I'm gonna pass out for 2 days, which I think might be groovy. One second. Mr. Jekyll says my favorite is Mind Warp. Oh, listen, Mind Warp has Perry chained to a beach with water being thrown over her defenseless defenseless bound form. Wow, what a coincidence. I watched the first story last night, Mysterious Planet. Mysterious Planet was the best of the trial for me. No, it was Mind Warp was the best. Not even close, okay? Mysterious Planet, you had that weird. Dominic Glynn didn't know what was doing with the music. It seemed like the music was and it I like the L3 robot, right? I thought Dratha was good. I like Glitz, obviously. The direction was right. I mean, Chris Clough, bless him. You know, he's no Graham Harper, is he? Right? No Graham Harper. I think the script was fast, and Robert Howe's obviously dying, and he was being forced into doing it by Eric Saywood, essentially. It was. I don't even think Robert Holmes wanted it because he knew when they made it was going to be shit, right? He felt that way about the two doctors. He's like, just leave me alone. And Eric Saywood was like, no, we need you. So, anyways, that was. What was going on with that? What was I talking about? Mindful. Oh yeah, Mindful. Yeah, that's why I thought Philip Martin's Mindful. Excellent. It really was. Again, had Perry tied to a beach with buckets of water being thrown over. I think we like it. And then she goes off and shags Brian Blessed. Speaking of Brian Blessed, when I did one of the videos today, I stopped and realized, first contact with Mongo. You know basically what it is when he meets Ming. The first thing Ming does is use his super sex ray on Del Arden and to make her unbelievably horny. He has a sex ray ring set to horny, right? It's like, that's weird. It's like how do you ask for that without seeming creepy? Clytus, how may I serve you? O Ming, Emperor of all, Emperor of the 12 corners of Mongo. How your might is all. How may I serve you? I wish you to procure me a ring. Absolutely, my lord. How shall we fashion this ring? It shall have a beam in it. Yes, my lord. What is a beam? The beam will be a sex beam set to horny. My lord. Sex beam, Clytus. I want a sex beam and set it to super horny. Okay? Of course, my lord. My lord, you are wealthy. You know you can pay for hookers. Silence, dog. Get me my sex ray ring. The humans will be here soon. Like, really? That's just, I know. It's like when you get asked into a threesome for the first time, I guess. For the first time. Yeah, it's never happened. Okay, really? I'm like, oh, leave me alone. It's bad enough having sex with one other person. You can't bring another one in. Leave me alone. Can you imagine the conversation? I'll leave you out of it afterwards. Wait a minute. I think I found why it could be good. They wimped out with the ending of my one. Yeah, Nicola wanted to have a good ending, but she had a great ending. Oh my god. Yeah. And then her career vanished. I mean, that was probably her best work on TV. Her death, when she was bald, right? That was probably her best work. She was excellent in that. And super hot, as always. Nicola, what can I tell you, Nicola? You're super hot. I'm impressed they didn't bother doing the most lazy thing imaginable and having the trial of the Time Lord be a clip show. God, oh, no, thank God. Mark the Big was here, and he is sorry it's late. No, Mark, you do not have to wait in the corner. We love you anyway. Seneca 24, disbelief slightly there. He says, if someone's a jihadist, I think they have no values to the world. Well, I'm not going to comment. I'm not going to get myself in trouble. DC is here. How you doing, sir? Last thing I need is a jihad call to me. Really? Another one? Oh, leave me alone. Titus Simon. Icky Thump. Hello, Icky Thump to you, sir. How you doing? Oh, I just got a communique from my daughter. What is she sending me? Now, this is Sephora. Okay, now she's sending me a picture of... It looks like she's got a... she's got a green bow tie for Daisy, okay, for Purim. Because on the other thing on Purim is you dress up, because you understand everything is just a mask and a charade and a mask. The whole world's a stage. Yes, we believe that. X-Man 577, how you doing, sir? Thank you for joining us. Tracy Thomas, lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us. I hope you're very well. Hey, JNT, it's cool. JNT is very cool. Listen, JNT came up with Perry. Oh, we love you, JNT. We love you. Although you do need to pay for some dry cleaning bills. That's all I'm saying, mate. That probably happening a lot across England. Do you think JNT and say should have left on 5 Doctors? I think Androzani, right? I think they could have both left on Androzani. Right? I don't know. Somebody else should have gone. Oh, please don't do it to poor Daisy. Oh, here I'll show you. Oh, she doesn't look happy. Here, 1 second. How am I doing this? No, I gotta do this from over here. 1 second. She doesn't look happy. Maybe she should perk up in a second. Wait. Where's the bloody pictures? Oh, here it is. Oh, Daisy. I'm sorry, Daisy. Here, we'll get a couple of things I'll show you. There's this. That. And we'll do airdrop. And we'll drop it over to me over here. Poor Daisy. Poor abused Daisy. Bless her. Oh, I think has it been received? Hang on. Oh, here we go. Here it comes. Supposedly, it says here. Where is it? No, there it is. So this is Daisy's costume. We're going for an Irish theme this year. But only sent one picture. Didn't send the other picture. Yeah, 1 second. Done. Try again. There you go. I think there's 2 items. Hey, why am I not finding it? Is this over here? No. Where is it? No. Don't go on there. Oh, is this it? No. All right, we're going to try again. We'll try again. Cancel that. We'll do this. Airdrop. Let's try that. We'll try it over. Oh! I think that might have worked. But where did it go? I just arrived in. Oh, I think I found it. I think I got it. By George, I got it. Fine. Here we go. So this is Daisy's costume. Poor Daisy. Doesn't look pleased. This is a chill out time, though. Good here. This is Sherlock Manot. You give out these little gifts, right? Of 2 different blessings. So as I said, we're having an Irish theme this year. Here, 1 second, and we also we add into that this little prayer thing here over here, which I customize each year. So that's what the cover is for this year. I think I'll be happy for him. I went trying to go for the most offensive thing possible to everybody, and I think I hit it right. I think I hit it there. So that's it. This is you have a little Grace After Meals booklet called a Venture. So we give a different one every year. So this is this year's one, and it's to go with this one, which you get a bottle of Guinness, some Skittles, some chocolate at the end of the rainbow. I think we're going to get a cookie in there or 2, like a shamrock cookie, and of course the Venture. There you go. And we always like giving it in hats, right? So they're all ready. My wife made them up last night with my daughter. They're all ready to go, ready to be bagged up and given out and pouring. So I'm glad he broke in with that. We had to break, that was breaking news. Adam Warlock, I heard Matthew Hall's is available to give Mandip Gill acting lessons. Mysterious a bit of a yawn. It kind of is. It really ain't it. The Magnetron, it just didn't seem that big. I mean, listen, they tried. And listen, it's better than Terror of the Vervoids. There's plenty of past staff writers GNT could have called with experience. It was just the working relationship between JNT and Eric Saywood had just been like they hated each other. Already it's not they hated each other. JNT couldn't understand why Eric Saywood didn't treat him as Lord Master of all, the creator of the universe. And really like, wait, I'm the producer. What? And Eric Saywood was just like, I kneel to no man. And it did, and the stuff they made was going down. You can see the deterioration, right? Archibald Lazarus is here. How you doing, sir? Having said that, I can't wait to get season 22. Looking forward to it. The real reason why the body was so angry in Trial of the Time Lord was he saw Jodie in the future. Well, that would make sense. No! And of course, it's just an alternate future. It's not real. I thought it was Jodie and Collins' era drew parallels, except Jodie's era is much more of a failure in all departments. Yes, it was. You weren't the rabbi that fiddled Roman Abramovich citizenship, boy. I don't know who he is. But I don't know where he wants citizenship too. Never touched him, sir. Never touched him. I wish Doctor Who ended with Remembrance of the Daleks, and it started with the Daleks. It ends with the Daleks. Oh no, I like season 25, 26. It's enjoyed it. I think they're good eras, right? I think they're strong eras. Well, if JNT left, there to be no Colin or Baker. Well, I wish he'd left before Colin's first season, and they found somebody else, right? I think they would. I wish they would have given him something else and brought somebody new in, right? Graham Harper, right? He's probably lined up for it. He would have been good, right? There's a few people they could have brought in. They could have. What's his name? What's it called again? Chris Boucher says, he always regretted not producing Star Trek, right? He said, I should have just manned up. It's where I was at the career. Somebody should have given him the nudge, right? Bill Cotton or somebody should have given him the nudge. Like, no, you should step up and be producing Doctor Who. Somebody like that, right? And because I don't think they're in position to cancel it then, right? But I think if they started booking something, they could have breathed life. Let's say we didn't get Colin and Sylvester. We got somebody. I think instead of Colin, they should have been a black doctor, right? And I hate the cast on skin color, but in the 80s, that would have been cool, right? I think Patterson Joseph, right? He would have been awesome. Oh man, he would have been awesome. Go and watch Neverwhere, right? And imagine that as the Doctor, right? He's kind of like he's wild-eyed, wears a long leather coat. It's really cool. He plays the Marquis de Carabas, and he does it very, very, very well, right? So imagine that as a Doctor instead. I think that would have been awesome, right? I think that would have been absolutely fantastic. And I think it would have breathed new life and a new direction into it before it needed. Like season 22 basically killed it, right? Unfortunately, it was like it was part of a failed regime. And it was just this reliance on body horror, and Saywood didn't even see it. Just in Saywood's eyes, he's like, I had comedies, Vengeance on Varos. Vengeance on Varos isn't a comedy, you sick fuck. What the hell's wrong with you? Vengeance on Varos, it's a comedy if you clop off the German poopy porn, you weird ass. What the fuck? That's a comedy to you? You weirdo. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like a bit of Vengeance on Varos. Comedy? Two Doctors a comedy? Like, all the what the hell? Dude, no. Not a comedy. Awesome. I don't think McCoy had a bad costume apart from the question mark jumper. Yeah, exactly. LL flights for £400 on May pop over. My freaking darling, you all want more than welcome. We if you want to come, it's Thursday. We're having like a big meal. Corned beef, cabbage. What's on the menu? I'll tell you on Monday what's on the Tuesday show. What's on the menu? It's going to be good though. It's always good. My wife always cooks up a storm. Yeah, we got. I think. Oh, we're making shepherd's pie. Oh, that'd be good, lovely. Yeah, you look for good drunk food. That's basically what you're looking for. Good drunk food. Let me see. Guilty, says Mr. Jekyll Hyde. I don't know what for, but I'm glad you're fessing up. Fiona Cumming, I think, would be a good next week. Yeah. Oh man, she was talking in that book about when I think it's Fiona Cumming. She produced the Pantos with JNT and Gary Downey and one other guy. They had meetings every Sunday and they drank during them, and she couldn't keep up. They started gin and tonics, and by the end of it, after a little bit, the gin was like up to the brim, right? Fiona Cumming, though, not a bad idea. And somebody should have had a way of moving JNT to light entertainment, where he would have shone. Oh, he would have shone in light entertainment, wouldn't he? Such a shame. Really, it's such a shame. They say that's what Michael Gray really should have done coming in. That's good. That really use your resources, right? Benjamin Barrett, give us Sill. I love Sill. I think awesome. I bought the Sill spin-off video, right, which wasn't very good. Which also had Kiv in it. It's it was okay. Well, Daddy, it was okay. Listen, I love the 80s. I love the 80s stuff. I like JNT's era. It's also, you can recognize it as kind of crap as well. Come on. There's a lot of it. Adric was clearly JNT's masturbatory fantasy. Yes, and yes, he liked, younger boys. I'm not saying anything illegal. Obviously, I'm not saying Jimmy Savile, but he liked the precocious young, slightly pudgy boy. Again, Adric is his man, clearly. Oh. That's why somebody pointed out that Colin was the gayest doctor. I guess you're right. I thought of a great costume that Colin would have been somebody should have sold JNT to. They should have given Colin like the regular black business that he wanted, but with a Hawaiian shirt, right? I think that would have that tastelessness of it would I think appeal to him. Let's have a look. 1 second. I think here. I think somewhere somebody did a mock of Colin Baker. It's in a DVD. Colin Baker, Doctor Who, black suit. Right here. If I can't find it here, oh, it is here. Yeah, here we go. We'll share that image. Oh, there's a few. Good. Oh, come here. Let's open up a new window. Don't open up a new window. There's that one. This is a good mock-up. Don't know who did that. So this is on, I think, the what DVD? What's his first episode? Not Time and the Rani. That's McCoy. Not Time Lash. Oh God. With the mess store. Twin Dilemma. Oh man, that was senior moment. Here, one second. Let's go back to these pictures. Before where is it? Don't go over here. That's quite a good mock-up of the blue coat. Where's the other here? Where's the other one? There you go. There's that one. So this is the sort of thing that oh, there you go. Come here. Over here. So this is what Colin Baker actually wanted. So you can imagine a business suit like that, but with a Hawaiian shirt. Oh, is it showing? Hang on a second. I'm on the wrong screen. There you go. Could you imagine like a business suit like that, but with a Hawaiian shirt? right? I think that would have been like you could actually it's actually kind of like the Dr. Ruth, right? That line of that outfit. 1 second. Actually, that's not a bad idea. What's that name again? Doctor Who? What do they call it again? The Fugitive. I remember the crap they call it. Fugitive Doctor. I can't remember the crap because who cares? So yeah, okay. Here, 1 second. Don't open a new window. Just bloody image. Pain in the ass. Okay, go there. Now come over here. There we go. There you go. So I think imagine Colin Baker in something like that. I mean, it's like between that with the colourful shirt, you know. I'm clicking on the wrong bloody thing. Where did it go? Come back here. And that, right? Somewhere between this and that. I think that could actually kind of work. Make this a little bit more Edwardian, right? And add in that colourful Hawaiian shirt. That would have worked as a Doctor, right? And I think it would have given everybody what they wanted. Would have been better. Anyway, what can you do? If ifs and ands or pots and pans, they'll beat only the tinkers. Have you seen this? It's funny. Yeah. Why did Discovery's shuttlecraft come with captain chairs? Is it to convince the crew and or the audience that Michael is a real captain, or is it just a booster ego? Is someone feeling a little insecure? Michael Burnham is always feeling a little insecure, but not quite as insecure as a Reddit chick who's like, I'm so secure. Yes, of course you are, darling. You're so insecure. Fine. Let's start with J.K. Rowling because this is over here. This is a little bit of awesome over here. So I hear this exact same thing said to John Barrowman all the freaking time, right? All the freaking time. Yeah, if you just apologized and admitted your wrongdoing, you would be forgiven, and it would all be over. Bull crap. Like, so okay. This guy, Vash, who I believe is a big Jodie fan, from what I understand. So that's what somebody told me. I haven't looked at this person's Twitter, whatever. All J.K. Rowling had to do was shut the F up! Okay, Neil not allowed to know. And she could have been almost uncritically beloved for like a century. Women be quieter and start apologizing challenge. Blimey. That's a bit sexist. Women be quiet challenge. Like, what the hell? Believe women, but don't let them talk. What you and your ilk fail to appreciate is how tediously familiar I find your tactics. I had a violent ex-husband who used to tell me that life would be great if only I'd comply. Right? I wonder what he wanted her to do. But you're making the same mistake he did. Women like me can't be bullied out of resistance. Exactly. I like how you tie this person to an abusive husband. Right. It's wonderful. And then somebody comes in and says, trans people aren't a monolith. Is a damn people on a monolith. Anyway, first he's replying something saying, listen, Joanne. Oh, she's on J.K. Rowling. Oh, God, you're so little. Right? Oh, God, this person is so small. It's unbelievable. Listen, Joanne, you don't get to play the victim card when you advocate for taking away women's rights here. I'm sure this is a Jodie fan. I'm not saying Jodie fans like this. Trans women are raped and killed in men's facilities. No, they're not. I mean, really? I mean, like, I mean, okay. Why are they? But I don't think we got to like make little boys suck dicks to stop that, which you invariably want to happen. I don't understand why. Like, why does every policy you and your people have involve a greater supply of children to shtup? Like this education policy. You want, oh no, it's all normal. Everything's normal. Let's teach kids everything is normal. Oh, no, just put this in your mouth. Why? It's perfectly normal. Yeah, it seems, and immigration policy. Yes. Oh my God, foreign policy. Let's get more orphans out there. Immigration policy. Let's truck unfettered children across America with nobody knowing. Economic policy. Yes, impoverished people will sell their children. There's just, everything ends up with them having more kids they can shtup. It's incredible. All roads leads to shtupping kids. It's bright. It's absolutely incredible. And you want to keep them there because of your trauma. It's not a trauma. It's saying that having a vagina matters when talking about gender. God. Okay, there's two weird things about this. One weird thing, we're having this conversation. Don't you think that's odd that we're actually having this conversation? That's a bit bloody odd, isn't it? Yes, no, that is very odd. That's number one. Number two, that you're on the side with more power is very weird, right? It's very scary. Quit making your feelings other people's oppression, said Vash in a very, well-balanced way. Clearly, she isn't completely freaking insane, right? Trans people are the monolith, comes along, Sophie. And plenty of us do define us by rights, do not define our rights by forcing others to validate fiction like gender identity. My rights are not women's rights. I do not want my rights to erode theirs. Shouldn't you be busy advocating for the decriminalization of child porn? And again, I guess. Well, that's the way it goes. That's just crazy. Anyway, I think there was a postscript. Let me find it. Where am I? Where is it? There's an article in the Telegraph. Are we going to read the whole thing? Maybe we'll look at that. Maybe we will. Here, one second. Let me go over here. Doink. Captain Scarlet, indestructible. Captain Scarlet. Nothing like a Captain Scarlet break, right? Nothing like a Captain Scarlet. Captain Scarlet is indestructible. Oh, yeah. This is even better. All right, so this is a Labour Party candidate. See what drivel they're talking. I know it's drivel because
it's International Women's Day. Time to celebrate the victories women have won in the fight for equality. Labour governments have been a key part of that fight, radically improving support for women in their work and family lives. We are the party of the Equal Pay Act, the Sex Discrimination Act, the Equality Act, the minimum wage.
I mean, all these things seemed. I mean, minimum wage is probably more harmful in the long run. None of that sounds crazy, so it doesn't sound Labour yet. But let's see where they're going to go with this.
Sure start. And almost 100 years since the first women Labour MPs were elected, today we have gender parity in our parliamentary party. I want to thank the great Labour women who are stepping down at the next election, including Kate Green, Harriet Harman, Margaret Hodge, and Rosie Winterton.
Yeah, aren't they running terrified from you weirdos? Right? Yeah, there goes the Labour Party.
Women who blazed a trail in our party, who stood up and changed it for the better. We've come on.
That's why they're running.
Way in the fight for women's equality, but there's more work to do. Women are still more likely to be stuck in low-paid work and still grappling with a parenthood pay gap. Women also bore the burden of the fallout of the COVID crisis.
Yeah, I think you're talking bullshit now. Sorry. I mean, I think we all. I think families bore it, right? Families bore it, which is, it was traumatic for everybody, dude. It was a big. COVID was a big deal.
Black, Asian, and minority ethnic women were hit particularly hard.
Why? Like what? Like what happened? Why? You just had why? Okay, 1 second.
But women hold the key to supercharging our economy because companies that have more women at the top perform better.
Citation.
Women-led small and medium-sized businesses contribute billions to our economy.
Wait. So it sounds like women doing fine then? No? Listen, if they're contributing billions to the economy, it sounds like the few of them sounds like they're doing fine. So it sounds like the other stuff you said was bullcrap. Okay, carry on.
Labour will put women at the heart of our recovery. We'll support women in business and industry. We'll bring in stronger family-friendly rights. We'll enable equal pay comparisons across employers, and we'll crack down on workplace harassment. Labour will lift women up, not hold them back, because we are the party of equality.
Except for Jews, obviously. So J.K. Rowling says, this morning you told the British public you literally can't define what a woman is. What's the plan? Lift up random objects until we find one that rattles. Look, none of this mean anything if you don't think men are women are women, right? You don't think that's a real thing. That's cool. And it's fine that it's cool, but and it's your belief. I don't know. People believe a lot of things. Like people believe the Earth is flat, right? People believe all kinds of stuff. I have no problem with it. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. I don't know if you're wrong. I don't know if you're right. But I don't think you're right. I think that's fair to say. I do not think you're right, mate. I don't think you're right. I think you guys are weirdos, right? I think you guys are weirdos. Why do I think you guys are weirdos? Let's have a look at a few things, right? No, not this. It's going to make me share something. I'll share that again. No, unshare. Share video file. Video file. Video file. Video file. Yeah, okay. This is cray. Men's bathroom. Just want to be clear. Men's bathroom. Going into a man's bathroom right now. Urinals, man's bathroom. And now in the man's bathroom there is for people who menstruate. For men who menstruate. Dude, not everything is normal. Not everything is normal. There's something else not normal. Share video. Video file. This one. If you haven't seen it, freaking cray.
And speak to corporate security.
Okay.
And if you don't come on the jet bridge, flip the shirt outside, in and out, right? So that word doesn't show, I will have to discipline the whole aircraft. No. I'm sorry about that, sir. It's just Delta policy. You cannot wear it. And they did advise me also you will be on the no-flying list.
All right. So he's wearing a shirt that says F Biden, and he says you can't wear it, and you're going to be put on the no-fly list. He's like, okay. Now, I don't think that's legal. Do you?
So you want to come out on the jet bridge? Let's just flip the shirt and get everybody else to LA.
You have yet to show me something.
All right, it's a policy, and you can call, and we could go ahead and look it up online, right on the jet bridge. There's a computer.
If it's online, just pull out your cell phone.
But that's not inconvenient.
No. You're making this inconvenient. Because last time I checked, I live in the United States of America with the First Amendment, freedom of press, freedom of speech, or freedom of religion. Do I not? Ma'am, so I'm going to take it off, okay?
Yeah, crazy, right? Again, there is no, you don't. Here's the thing, you don't live in that America anymore. You don't live in that America anymore, and you haven't lived there for a while. And It's not going to change without a bit of pain, right? It's not going to change without a bit of pain. So he does it, takes
I'm taking it off. Okay. So you guys forced me to wear my mask. I don't want to wear it. I can't wear my hoodie. It's off. I'm gonna go sit down. You guys better not bug me for the rest of the day. Because whatever you guys come up and say to me will be recorded. Will be recorded, and you guys will get
to you. So you want to come on the jet bridge and speak to me?
So I'm still getting kicked off the plane?
Hmm?
So I'm still getting kicked off the plane.
Yeah, you're not wearing the mask.
All right, so so now they're kicking him off for not wearing a mask. It's crazy.
I literally just took off my hoodie. If you ask me nicely, I will come back on my mask, which I was doing. As you came back up here.
All right. As you can see that I'm relating the message to you what the captain says. He said he doesn't want you off the aircraft anymore.
Okay, so.
Okay.
What's your name, brother? John L. Brooks. John L. Brooks. Yeah. So currently Delta Airlines is kicking me off for. I mean, I wore my mask the last time the whole flight.
Put y'all out nudity on Hulu, and that's cool. So my little thing is titties on his TV. That's okay.
I'm not,
you know what I'm saying? We talk about these things. Y'all have so big movies on here that my children.
Come on the jet bridge.
That you've been removed from the flight, which we have, because you refuse to wear the mask and you have on a hoodie that Delta does not permit you wearing. Okay?
Okay.
We have canceled your ticket, so it would be refunded to whatever credit card you use to make the purchase.
Like crazy. He actually did everything, and they said, "Yeah, screw you." Right? I mean, like, isn't that crazy? It's like I know, mate. You don't live in a free country anymore. You got to look at Canada. Unless you guys put up a fight, that's where you are, right? That's where you are. We'll look at weirdo stuff later. Where should we go? Should we go to Mandip Gill? Bit of Mandip Gill action. Mandip Gill, and a merry band. Mandip Gill. Mandip Gill. Oh, the wisdom of Mandip Gill. Mandip Gill talks all things Doctor Who and meeting fans at London Film and Comic Con Spring. So look, listen. Maybe she won't sound like a huge doofus, right? Maybe. You never know. Maybe is going to be hilarious. Liam Nielsen is chin is here. I will find you and I will kill you. Is here. Bit of Mandip Gill action. Mandip Gill spoke about a time at Doctor Who and interacting with her fans, all 12 of them, at the London Film at Comic Con Spring last Sunday, 27th, following the announcement back in December last year. Mandip Gill made a European convention debut, 26th, 27th at London, blah, 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 blah. Mandip Gill, Sylvester McCoy, Sarah Powell, John Leb, other people there. Following a surprise guest appearance at the previous Jodie sold out tour, only 200 tickets. Gallifrey won. Okay, fine. Mandip went on to speak about how she came to be cast as Yasmin Khan. They wanted somebody who was kind of brownish and not from London, like a Sheffield lass. And I was kind of brownish and a Sheffield lass. And they said, can you do acting? I said, I do acting a lot. I do acting in Hollyoaks. I do lots of acting. I'm one of the best actors. And then that sounds pretty good. But let's be sure your skin is brownish and you're not from London. No. And that's how the casting process. That's how I imagine it went. Okay. She explained she didn't even know what she was auditioning for. I just walked through the door. I don't know what's going on. None of this surprised me, darling. Okay, none of it surprised. No one's going, really? You didn't know where you were or what you were doing? Really? No one's shocked about that. Okay, no one's going. There is no shock and awe at that one. Okay, didn't know what she was auditioning for, although she suspected it could be Doctor Who. It says on the call sheet, Doctor Who. I don't know what I'm auditioning for, but I think it might be something to do with Doctor Who. Maybe it's the Tomorrow People. As a cousin director and previously worked on the show. She was told the day prior to her first audition with Jodie Whittaker that she was in fact auditioning for Doctor Who. Hey, you know that Doctor Who audition you're going for? You know what show it's for? No, I don't know what show it's going for. Oh, you're going for Doctor Who. Whoa, icky thump. Oh, I'll go to the top of my stairs. Okay. Oh, I didn't know. Mandip said that the period between auditioning and receiving the call telling her that she got the part was like the longest wait ever. It was nearly 24 minutes. Apparently, my skin matched the color chart, and I like that. Particularly as meeting Jodie cemented just how much he wanted to do. Oh, I love Jodie so much. I wonder if we could scissor in the TARDIS, she said. What's more, even once as meeting, once she was given the part, she didn't realize what role she'd be given. I don't know what role I'd be given. I don't know where I am. Icky thump. Yet really, again, there is no one surprised by these revelations, right? No one's going, no, get out of it. Mandip Gill didn't know what's going on. And really? That brain trust? How can it be? How? Do you remember what I was given? It was only once she'd been called her agency how many episodes she'd be in that she knew she was going to be a companion. They ain't got me in all 10 episodes. Oh, icky thump. And a special. Oh, does that mean I'm going to be like a companion? No, man, if it's better than that. How could it be better than that? Oh, you're going to be a fam. Oh, your boy gum. I wonder if a year and a half later I'll be going to be revealed to be bullied because I'm Muslim. Oh, can you work that out? Oh, I could, yes. So I see the writing on the wall. Fine. So when they told her how many episodes she's going to be in, she worked out she was a companion all by herself. Gill also spoke about how much she enjoyed working with the rest of the regular crew. She said she felt their genuine connection and friendship. Oh, icky thump. Came through, and listen, I bet they are friends. I bet they all get on, right? Nice. And came through and fed in. If only what they made wasn't unbearable shit, I'll be happy for you, right? I mean, honestly, it's nice you got on, but if what you made wasn't unbearable shit that took a shit on Doctor Who, and on anybody who loved it, right? I might be happier for you. But sadly, you did. Genuine friendship. Oh, icky thump. As well, help carrying her through those long shoots. She's got Jodie Whittaker's the best lead she's ever worked with. Oh, she's so stunning and brave. Sometimes we laugh and laugh. We go, oh, I don't know where I am. Well, icky thump. I don't know where I am either, says Jodie. And we do laugh. Oh, those long nights do roll by. Oh, God help us. God help us. And that's how we got Orphan 55. She described Jodie Whittaker, best lead she's ever worked with, and lucky to have worked with her, and she's learnt from her. Blimey, that's not good news, is it? I mean, really, she learned that if you weaponize a vagina, you can get anything. Right. Oh, icky thump. According to the original coast of Tosin call, running for the hills. I'm free, Bazza. Free. You run, Tosin. Don't look back at the plantation, mate. Run. Chibnall's out there chasing after you on his horse. Yeah. You'll make it out north, mate. You'll make it north. And Bradley Wolf. Run, mate. On your toes, Tosin, mate. We got to get out of here. Mandip said, Mandip said that the incoming companion, John Bishop, fitted perfectly. Like he was a boy, right, and we didn't have any of them, and so he fitted in just right. and I knew where I was sometimes. Like in this picture here, I'm in some storage cupboard, and it's all very normal. Obviously, icky thump. It's a John Bishop, no ego. Okay, fine. I guess it must be a kind of like Zen Buddhist experience being in this Doctor Who, right? I mean, you must like, I am a wind, I'm a weed in the wind. I am where the good Lord sends me. Okay, yeah, I guess so. There's a good way to nullify yourself. That his part became part of Whittaker's established dynamic. Could have been awkward. Yeah, I wanted to have sex in a town of Jodie Whittaker. I put a bed into the console room. It was very normal. It was very stunning and brave. And then Dan shows up and said, Here, I think she wants to scissor you. And he said to Jodie, I think she wants to scissor you. Oh, he thought, what's going to happen? Gill's the point that John had to put a lot of things on hold to do this. No, he didn't. So he was excited to be there. No, he didn't. His life was put on hold by COVID. Oh, I'm so sad. And elsewhere, she's considered the part of the series along with Walsh. Prior to the flock, she admitted a tiny part of her had thought about leaving. Oh, God, I wish it was more of you, darling. Nevertheless, she explained she wanted to make the decision that was right for her. They were giving me a paycheck, and my quality of my work really didn't matter. And it felt like it would benefit her career to stay on. Well, it was either that or doing panto, I guess. So there you go. Once the floor opened up to the audience to ask questions, one attendee asked Mandip Gill to speak about the subtle character development over the course of a time as a companion. At first I was the bestest ever. I was a policewoman. And I was a good policewoman. I was the best one, but I was underused. And then I completely forgot about that for the whole year. Completely gone. Didn't mention it ever again. Then the first ever next year, and then somebody said, I was a policewoman again. And they said, you're my bestest ever. I said, I am. Then we didn't mention it again until the absolute end of the year when Graham just said, for no apparent reason, Yaz, you're the bestest ever. And then just before then, it turned out I tried to kill myself because I'm Yorkshire Muslim, and I felt bad. Because the white man Brexit. Ooh. That's my development. And then I really wanted to have sexual relations with the Doctor. There was that. And I did have a masturbation scene to her in Doctor Who Flux. That did happen. Okay. That. Thank you for filling us in there. Yes. She also felt that Jaz's friend with Janet helped her unpick what she's going through. I don't understand. I want very much to put my tongue in her vagina, and I want her to put her tongue in my vagina, and jiggle up and down. I don't understand. I want to have sexual congress with her. What does that mean? It means you're a lesbian, darling. What's that? Does it mean I like licorice? No, it means that you're sexually attracted to women. That explains it. Why? I've been getting a subscription to Playboy for the last 12 years, and I do use it quite vigorously to pleasure myself. I do. Sometimes I'm feeling a bit dirty, and I get hot sluts. This interview has gone in a direction that nobody thought it would. Right? Nobody thought it was going to go this way. But I just read between the lines. Anyway, so where was I? She said it was natural and subtle, and a development hasn't felt false. No, of course it wouldn't have felt false if you're functionally retarded. It wouldn't feel false. That makes sense. I mean, honestly, if you were functionally retarded and it did feel false, I would question your functional retardedness. I would think, you might be you might not be functionally retarded. But as you think, it doesn't feel false. I do not question that diagnosis in any way, shape, or form. And she knows that he has told, and she has been able to tell Dan what to do more as the more experienced companion. I like that, being in charge. She also felt that Yaz's friendship with Dan has helped Dan with help Yaz unpick what she's going through with the doctor. Gill wondered, would Yaz ever have confessed how she felt in Eve of the Daleks without Dan prompting her to express it? No. She also expressed how happy she was to have John with her both on set and off. Particularly Jodie was so busy most of the time. Hey, Jodie, let me alone. So I had a new person to play with. It was very nice. Really nice. Manet was also asked if she would ever consider coming back to Doctor Who in the future, to which he's responded, 1,000,000%. I'm just waiting for the phone call. Sent by the phone right now. Any day, Big Finish, I'm here for the Yaz Adventures. I'm so ready. She explained that the show is constantly changing. She'd love to be a piece of that cake. A piece of that cake. It's the rancid piece with worms. And to see what people do with the series in the future. Make it not shit is what we're hoping for. That's what we're going for, darling. Another audience member asked whether there are any other doctors Gill would want to work with. She expressed particular interest in Matt Smith because, I know who Matt Smith is. Oh, that's good to know. Right, here, let me take this off for a second. I think that's 1 second. Remove. That reminds me. Do I have this thing open up over here? Let me see. Oh, it's reopening the page. Hang on. Let me see if I can. I got to find this. 1 second. This is the coolest thing. Somebody has done a 3D printed Capaldi console room, and it's freaking incredible. Where is it? Let me see. I just saw it posted today. Oh, here it is. This is out this world. Here. Look at this. All 3D print. I just saw the Matt Smith there. And it's wonderful to take a break from Matt. I mean, this is, look, I mean, it must be a fortune to print, but look, this is fantastic. Oh, man, I'd love to do this one, and I'd love to do the 8th Doctor console. Those are my 2 favorite console rooms. But this is just gorgeous. Really nice work. Really nice work. So good on him. Good on him. Okay. We're back. We're back. Back to Mandip. Come on. We can get through her. I know what Matt Smith is. I loved how random his doctor was. Mandip said she would love to see how he works and came up with aspects of his character. Well, he watched Doctor Who and he had a rough idea what it was like, right? That kind of helped. Asked what's coming next. She admitted she was still unemployed at the moment. Again, darling, no one's shocked. Okay, no one's shocked. Oh, I'm still waiting by the phone. I'll do Big Finish. I'll do anything, really. Although she still had press to do for the 2 upcoming Doctor Who specials that were due to air later this year. She joked that she'll take whatever comes. Oh, take absolutely anything. Only so much time I can spend mooching around the house. You do have to get a job at some point, darling. That sweet Doctor Who cash doesn't go on forever. Gill went on in response to another attendee's question to speak about the episodes that were most favorite work. She highlighted series then Demons of the Punjab. Oh my God! Again, shocking me. Who'd have saw that coming as a particular favorite of hers? As it's something close to her heart personally, as well for a character, and I'm sure it was really unbiased, right? I'm sure you didn't have a extreme political agenda that you're trying to say over, right? She noted how interesting it is to learn more about the events covered in the episode, particularly through the lens of science fiction. If you were agenderizing constantly in a way I knew that was insanely disingenuous about things I know that you're agenderizing about, right? I mean, for God's sake. Mandip pointed to Rosa, another piece of garbage episode. as a favorite for similar reasons. She described filming the scene recreating Rosa Parks' refusal to give up the bus to a white passenger, with Vinette Robertson playing Parks. Very emotional. It felt so real. Oh, I was on a bus, and so was Rosa. I didn't know what to say and do. I just sat on the bus. Gill said that Rosa was a brother proud that she's been a part of. Yes, it was made to virtue signal, right? Especially now that I mean, listen, you just got it once you watch it. In hindsight, it's so painful, right? That people have since used the episode for educational purposes in schools. That's what it was made for. Oh my god! And she has rewatched the episode many times. Oh, so stunning and brave. Oh yes, you were, man. It's so stunning, so brave. Icky thump. Mandip was then asked about Doctor and Yes's dynamic. Ooh. And whether the evolution was pre-planned. Oh no, we didn't think it would be sistering in the TARDIS. Or whether she should ever evolve over time. She admitted that she wasn't aware whether showrunner Chris Chibnall had planned out the. He didn't know what he's running around like his head's cut off. The real life chemistry with Jodie has fed into it, as well as the fan works that the writers have been on social media exploring the relationship between the two. God, that's your biggest mistake. I've been on social media. Really? You mean you've been on Twitter? Those weirdos, right? Oh my God. What? I mean, like Twitter, it plays sadder than TikTok. Really? I mean, and that's where you've been? Oh, well, that's our research. Oh God, you people are morons. Oh, there we go. We can do this. We can do this. She also explained there was an effort to build upon aspects of the previous stories, such as the moment after Arachna's in the UK, where Yaz's mother asks us whether she, as the Doctor, are seeing each other to make sure that Dan's confession any of that didn't come out of nowhere. Oh God, yeah. I know. How much longer is this? Okay, not far. Not far. I feel my brain like melting. Like, shut up! No! 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 Stop! Ah! Back to when thou came, hellspawn. Be gone, harlot of Satan. So where are we up to? Mandip reflected on the impact of Yaz's story on the queer Doctor Who fan. Oh, which is what it's all about. Following on from this, Yaz asked how she felt about queer Doctor Who. How she felt the queer Doctor Who fans. Well, okay. I know most gay people hate the term queer now, right? Just hate it. Well, the impact of Yaz's storyline. Mandip said what when she went mental? That one. Mandip said her interaction with fans over the weekend had told her a lot. Oh, they said we were the bestest ever. And I said, yes, we were. And they said, yes, you were. Oh, it's so good. Oh, icky thump. The opener writer suggests how much it means people see themselves represented. You saw a tiny minority of people, right? You're not seeing the people that you've chased away, which is much more. Really, please. Show it. It's because people have loved it. You got 2 million for your live viewing for even the Daleks, right? How shit could that be? Doctor Who at its lowest got 3.2. Oh, man. You are just so bad. She affirmed that the TV should represent reality. Well, okay, it doesn't. Everyone's a gay lesbian from the future, right? Everybody is a trans lesbian from the future, right? Who's a kick ass and subverts expectations. Sure, the TV should represent reality, but she also help educate people about those with different experiences than know. Yeah, okay, but how about educate? How about reflecting reality as well, right? Mandip went on to speak about more about the fans what she's seen produced by the fans of Doctor Who, saying they blow her mind. She's so impressed by them. Well, they do have more talent than you, obviously. She expressed how much it means to people care about the show. Lastly, Mandip reflected at the end of her time on Doctor Who, although she wasn't able to go into too much detail, she had told attenders there was one particular shot that was filmed on her final day that hit her, described her as beautiful and epic, and so Doctor Who. The time I tongue Dodie Whittaker asked who she thought would be the next Doctor. She simply said there are very few people who can play the Doctor. Yes, we know. And within those very few people, it is not included Jodie Whittaker, obviously. I couldn't do it. Yes, I know. Neither could Jodie. She admitted, I couldn't do it. I couldn't be that stunning and that brave. It takes a certain type of person. Say, somebody who can do the, what's it called again? Actoring. Mainly people with penises who think they're men, right? Then Legend of the Cybermen. Okay, yes, we understand. We understand. Well, that didn't surprise anybody, did it? There was no ground broken in there. There was like, oh, really? No, it can't be, right? At no point did anybody say that. Right. Oh, man, no. Okay, let's go look at Big Finish. See if there's anything new going on over there. Because then we're doing a Big Finish segment, because I have not been fair, and I do like to be fair. I do feel kind of responsibility to be fair. See if there's any news. This new River song set. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to bother. Okay. So let's talk about this set. Big Finish, The Outlaws, as part of their new First Doctor and Dodo Adventures. That, I like they're forging new ground. We're going to listen to Stephen Newman as the First Doctor in the trailer. Sounds excellent, right? Sounds absolutely excellent. We're going to go over we're going to go over an article in the Vortex in detail, and I think I'm going to get really fair. But I want to dismiss of it, basically because these two writers, Elizabeth Miles and Elizabeth Hoadley. Now, my contention is, they've had an easier run and with lower quality stories that come from them because they're women, right? That's my contention. Now, I may have been mistaken in that. Let's just go to the ones I've seen. So, Babe and the Butcher was not a good release, okay? That was not a good release. Which story did she do? That was a particularly bad one. The Butcher's Wife. That was the Butcher. That was I think that's probably the best of that set. I didn't like the cartoonish depiction of Baben as a moron, right? So okay, that's not a terrible story, okay. And this one she did. This was a good set. I enjoyed it. I liked the setting. The blood was okay. That wasn't great, but in the extras she did talk about how she loved doing Liz Shaw because she was a woman who was able to be empowered. The Old Man on the Grey Mountain. That was best for John Colesher doing an older brigadier, but the ending really fell apart in this range. So this, I think, got hit by the curse of the main range, which really just fell apart over the last 2 years. Because this one, it didn't just tie together, right? And I think it needed more work to it, and I don't think they could have got it out of them because they needed to have female writers. That was basically what was going on. I like this 12th Doctor Chronicle set. If I see if I can remember which one she wrote. Elizabeth Miles did Distant Voices. Cameron's hunted by strange voices as he gets onto conducting tours around the castle. There was actually quite a good timey-wimey one. Okay, so I think she's been given an easier ride, but I think I've been unduly harsh on her because I'll be honest, there was another release which really annoyed me called Let me see. Sylvester McCoy. What's it called again? I have no. Oh, this one. Flying Dutchman, displaced by Catherine and Gemma Arrowsmith. The worst release I've ever heard. Right, reeks of diversity hires, and I'm sorry that's the case. It was very poor. It was that I can't believe it was produced. The quality was so low on this one. Anyway, so I think I've been unfair to Liz Miles. I think she's probably, for rating her out of 10, a solid 6 to 7, right? So not terrible. I mean, like nothing I'm gonna like go, oh no. Okay, so let's have a look. And so this is, who are we looking at? This is Elizabeth Hopley, isn't it? Yeah, Lizzie Hopley. Fine. So 8th of March, obviously. So this wasn't bad. Was it Precious Annihilation? It was this 10th Doctor and River Song. It was really kind of, I think, it flowed on Alex Kingston and David Tennant's performance, right? More than the writing. Not a bad story, and it didn't hamper their performances. Shadow of the Daleks 2, this was just a bad release in general. And every episode of it got more annoying as it got less intelligible. So her one was Echo Chamber. It's okay. This is a very average story, right? But I think a very average release. This was really annoyingly bad. Time Lord Victorious, Mutually Assured Destruction. A great premise handed to her and a lackluster script turned in, right? The 11 I didn't bother getting because I think the rot had set in by then. So she gave her one of these, and this was the best of the 3 of these box sets, which were very disappointing. The first one by Lizzie. The Doctor attempts to return home, have led into the middle of a war zone and a familiar voice. The travelers have arrived on a planet made up of crashed spaceships. They encounter River Song, or do they? Yeah, again, this is more of a like twat. I'll tell you what it's like. It wasn't as bad as it, but I'm watching what's the name? Snowpiercer, right? Which if you get over this ridiculous premise, I quite enjoy it. But they had an episode where it was in kind of like a dream sequence, and it was just done badly, right? You've got to do these very well. Like Sopranos did this well, right? Like when Tony's nearly dead or whatever. Those sequences, that's what they wanted to do, and it just felt horrible. And this is the kind of thing like, wow, just imagine. So she did The Curse of the Lady. I found this one kind of a trudge to get through. It's a Macbeth story. I found that. So I'd say she's so a Babe and the Butcher. This was awful. Hang on a second. I pressed the wrong button. Elizabeth Miles. Yeah. It was this just a mediocre release in general. Mediocre low quality. So yeah, listen. She is a reason why I wouldn't be actually. Remember, she's got a 2-story in it? I should be more forgiving, right? I should be more open-minded because they really are working hard on this, right? So what happened was because of this, I've been dismissive of this range. And then Stephen Noonan, who watches the channel, right, left a very, very nice comment. But I tell you, if anybody can just reach across me being a bombastic, irritating person, thank you very much. And say, listen, you're not really being fair. We put a lot of work into this. We really want to do something great. We want it. I think you're dismissing it ad, and you're pushing people off it, and we really want it to work, right? So, I hear what they're saying, right? I hear what they're saying. Will you be buying Stranded 4 with Colin Beck of the Career? No, I will not. I will not. I'm sorry, says Kel Lynch. This is one of the reasons I was dismissive of it is because I found Stranded to be really quite obnoxious. I found it to be a pivotal plot point that you have the character Tanya Now, if you want to have a trans character, groovy, right? But then you had a trans character who dated your female character companion as if it was not odd. And the word odd, I'm not saying good or bad. I'm saying it's I don't believe, I think it's a leap of faith to say it's a social construct that all of humanity, like the vast majority of humanity is heterosexual and not not gender fluid, right? I believe it's a leap. Now I understand it's your faith. I understand it's very, and I also think you think it's you believe it is detrimental if people who are trans hear the reality that they are in a tiny minority, right? We're all in minorities. It's okay to be in a minority. I don't think anybody should be disadvantaged because of it. If they want, I'm happy to gender anybody with the way they want to gender. But it was a major plot point that she hooked up with Liz Schenker, right? And so it seems to me you're using this as a platform for your personal beliefs. It says if that you did a Doctor Who story, which was pivotal of them going to a moment in the New Testament, right? And you confirmed your complete belief in Christianity, which would be fine, right? But I don't think it's fair to platform it. I don't think you would do that if it was a belief system that if you looked at it in the reality, which is this is your belief, and it's fine and it's your belief, but it's still your belief, right? And it's a belief that isn't really with the science, So that's why I'm not getting Stranded 3, and I got out Stranded because and it just was, there just wasn't good enough as well. The story wasn't putting me in, and again, it was too much of it. It seemed to meander too much, and I'm very upset about it, really, because I followed the 8th Doctor range right from the beginning. And I feel that they use it as a platform for their personal beliefs to alienate people who don't follow them, right? And I feel that's very exclusionary rather than being inclusive. Fine. So thank you for bringing it up. That's why it's a word. So this is why I was dismissive of this range, and I don't think it's fair that I was, right? 2 wrongs don't make a right. Yeah, and they don't want to do things that are garbage. It's just when I see, like the Baben releases when they had all three writers were female, and it seemed to be like they were making a point. And I'm glad they're making a point. Listen, on one of the 3rd Doctor releases, Nick Briggs is talking about Wendy Craig was on it, saying that she needed to use a pseudonym to sell her scripts in television in the 70s. And I agree with him. That's messed up. Of course that's messed up. Like, why, right? Why? I'm very glad that was 50 years ago and not now, right? I'm very, very glad about that. And I don't think doing these like weird sexual political experiments with your product line, which is what you're doing, is beneficial for anybody, frankly. Right, which is the Baben release is a good example of that. But this one not, this one I think I'm being dismissive, right? Okay, I'm gonna, before I did this this stream tonight, I did something that I really was very happy to do, right? There was a person that's starting up their YouTube channel. They're doing fantastic, right? So they had their first stream tonight. And I was on it with them, helping them use StreamYard. They want to, and they just did a fantastic job. It's a female Orthodox religious Jewish teacher, and she was doing a thing commemorating her father. It was her father's yahrzeit, which was the day of his death, right? And she was talking. She was basically talking about the afterlife at one point, and she's a sort of spooky dooky person. She's very like grounded, even though she's very like spiritual as well. Very intelligent woman. I do enjoy her work. Anyway, so they talked about the only thing that matters in the next world, then the world that that we all go to, that I believe we pass on to. I don't believe we're random. I think we are here for a reason. I think we all matter, right? I think everybody matters, right? I think you matter. Right, because the only thing that's worth anything in the next world is silver, which in Kabbalah is analogous to good deeds, right? You have strength and good deeds. Good deeds is analogous to silver. So it's easy to be cynical, right? And I explained why I've been cynical because I do think the world went crazy over the last few years. I think a lot of people found things genuinely disturbing, right? I think the advent of Trump and Brexit, people found genuinely disturbing. Like just in the same way, I found the Biden is disturbing. The difference is everything terrible they said that was going to happen under Trump actually is happening now. So, but then I go, is it just my delusions? They believe what they believe. And because they believed it, I think it affected the quality of their work. So, but anyway, that's why I've been dismissive. But I think it's wrong, right? I think it's wrong. I think they're putting their heart and soul into this. It sounds like they're doing a good project. Let's read it and let's read it with an open mind, right? My goal is, okay, I'll tell you what I would love. I would love by the time I get to the end of this, they've convinced me to buy it, right? That's what I would love, right? So that's where I am. And honestly, I hope I get to the end of this and you want to buy it too, right? That's what I would be happy about. Okay, First Doctor returns. And I like, they're doing First Doctor, the First Doctor and Dodo. It's an interesting area you could really do a lot with, right? And he might not be the one you're expecting. Well, again, we're going to listen to him. He's very good. I think it's... Look, thank God when he reached out to me, I've been complimentary about his performance. Because it was pretty good, right? And the trailer's fantastic. But okay. Fine. So, honestly, okay, kids, when you are courting, right? Young gentlemen, when you're courting, here's what you need to know. Right, a lady basically decides if she's sleeping with you in the first couple of minutes, and most of the time it doesn't happen because you screw it up, right? Once they give you the initial one of it, they go, then your job is not to screw it up. That's where you are now. First Doctor Adventures. Your job is not. I am open to the possibility, right? Let's overread. The First Doctor Adventures are back, and there's a new man at the controls of the TARDIS. And I have to tell you, I do quite like the bravery of Big Finish doing this recasting, which generally speaking, I think has worked. I think the recasting of Capaldi was a terrible idea. And Jake Dublin is excellent. Excellent. And I like that first Capaldi box set they did, but him as a narrator, as the 12th Doctor, I wasn't interested. I don't think it did very well. Actor Stephen Noonan takes on the part in the debut box set, The Outlaws, with Lauren Cornelius reprising a role as Dodo Chadwick. Now, Lauren Cornelius, let me say, very easy on the eyes. And I understand this audio, but here, we'll zoom out for a second. Listen, look, why is it that beautiful people do well in our world? Because we are genetically programmed to want to please you, right? Every human being is that. Lauren, you are very, very beautiful. It's not my fault. It's not your fault. But it is a fact. You are stunning. And so I would love you to be happy and do more. Okay, that's what I'm basically saying. And I'm loving the leopard print, right? It's not many people can carry that off and be classy. You've done it. So yay for you. I don't think I could do it, right? Executive producer Nicola Briggs tells Vortex about the recasting the role. We realized we needed somebody who was in their 50s who could play the age William Hartnell did. And so I'm surprised they're not using more Dave Bradley. And I'm not dismissing using Steve Noonan, right? But the Dave Bradley thing seems to be working quite well. And I was kind of getting used to his Doctor. Also, I like Peter Purvis's one. I guess he's getting long in the tooth, though, you know. And William Russell, I think, is retired. And he's mad. He did a release called The Rocket Man. Who did that? Was that Nick Briggs one? That was awesome. Oh, that was so good. Right, I really enjoy. I believe it was him that did it. I might be completely wrong. I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed all the Rocket Man releases. They did a bunch of them. And I think it may be Simon Gurrier. I can't remember. We'll look after this. Somebody 50 who could play up the age that Hartnell did. And there's something inherent in the performance that is a younger man playing an unspecified ancient age. I felt we could give it some extra authority. At this stage, we were thinking we didn't necessarily need to have somebody who sounded close to Hartnell's voice. Well, they're making an interesting point, right? It's I think you need them ballpark, but you've had so many people play the first Doctor now, right? You had Hartnell, obviously, Richard Hundell, Dave Bradley, and we had the Big Finish people, right? But yeah, and there's so we're used to there being different. But it's like the Star Trek fan films, those awesome Star Trek fan films, had different people playing Kirk, and so when they did it in the movies, it was fine. It was totally, and also what's the thing, the casting of those Star Trek movies are freaking perfect, right? We asked a number of actors to audition for the part. Then one of the actors, Mark Elsa, says something along the lines of, I want this job and I will do the audition for you, but it would be remiss of me not to mention my good friend Stephen Noonan. Mark, mate, what are you doing? You did yourself out of a job. Listen, Mark Elstop, he's not shook for work at Big Finish. I think Mark Elstop, one of their most relentlessly talented actors. A lot of people didn't like the Nick Briggs Prisoner. I really loved it, right? I disagreed vehemently with with what he was saying with it, but I love that it was his expression of himself. Hey, Mark Elstop, freaking excellent beyond excellent as the Prisoner, and he's great in everything I listened to him in. But was it the Human Frontier, which delayed another year or something, which really pisses me off. I love that by Nick Briggs. He's great in that. So he would have been interesting. Okay. So you got to know Stephen Noonan as an actor and a Doctor Who fan. Does a rather wonderful William Hartnell voice. I replied, I think you better give me Stephen context details. Well, suffice it to say that Stephen's audition was superb, and we gave him the job. Well, obviously, this had been produced by Mark Wright. He's done good work. He's done good work with Blake Seven, who says it was hugely daunting to take on the relaunch of the First Doctor Ventures. Not to mention very exciting. The prospect of finding a new First Doctor was the most crucial element, and we knew we'd have to give it a lot of scrutiny. Again, I'm happy to give Lon Cornelius as much scrutiny as you want, right? And that totally works. Yes, we are on board. We are on board for this casting. Okay. Nick and I had many discussions, but we got our man, along with the brilliant Lawrence Dodo. I immediately wanted to tell stories that were once traditional and a little unusual. Okay. Now, yeah, because for me, the story is everything. I have to tell you, I'm really not a fan of the new Big Finish taglines for the love of stories. It's like, it just, oh man, you got to change that as quickly as possible. Fine. So the first one was written by Elizabeth Miles, which was better. Okay, Elizabeth Miles has a better track record than Lizzie Hopeley, but it's both being female feels like you're saying something. Right, it does feel like you're trying to say something, and also first impressions last. Right, you can tell on the ranges that you really want to have that traditional audience. You don't have a hook for them because you use writing talent that we all know and are solid. And why I think Elizabeth Miles is certainly getting there. I don't think she's written a saying and knock it out the park. She hasn't done a John Dorney, thing yet. I'm not saying it's beyond her. I just really think they were given a bit of an easy ride, because there's this whatever. We went for the whole thing, right? We went for the whole thing. Let's look to the future, right? That's basically what I'm trying. Let's look to the future now. The set opens up with the titular Outlaws play written by Elizabeth Miles. Mark reveals the Outlaws was quite fun. It's a fast romp in the classic Hartnell historical mode. I knew from the word go that we wanted to have a box set that would feature the meddling monk. It was a way of doing something traditional, but using the modern element of Big Finish output, marry everything together. Now, do I like the Rufus SeaWorld meddling. I have to tell you, I really, really haven't liked the meddling nun. What's her name? In Gemma Whelan. It's just firstly, it feels like it's jumping on a bandwagon of a rather boring idea of, hey, let's recast everything female, right? Like everything. And then I just don't like a take on it. Well, I did like Rufus Sewell's a lot, right? I like Graham Gardens. That was awesome. I really liked his take on the meddling monk. But maybe they should recast Peter Buttersworth, right? They're doing it in that era. And they're recasting Doctor. Why not recast Peter Buttersworth, right? And there's a few people you could go to, right? Maybe the guy who played Panda in the Iris Wi-Fi things. Like, anyway, and I'm not sure I like because now it's in something different, but because I think it's taken it out of that classic thing once you put the modeling meddling monk in it, and you got like, you know what you got? Imagine they did a series of news stories with David Bradley as the first Doctor, right? With Stephen Noonan playing it. Now, am I interested in that? It's on so you're not selling it on the traditionalism of it. You're selling on the newness of it, and I'm worried, right? I'm worried. But let's see if you can win me over. Okay, I haven't told anything about the story yet, but so Liv delivered a brilliantly fun script. Now she did have a nice touch with the David Tennant River Song one. Like the tap dancing was nice in that, right? So if that's what they're doing, which was more of a hint of Robin Hood, but it turned on its head, and we have the fantastic guest cast, or not least of Glynis Barber as Nicola Delahaye, a real-life sheriff of Lincolnshire from the 13th century. So you could include some Doctor Who original educational remit in it. Dude. Man, I want to give you a try, but like every time I've really regretted these things. All right. Okay. You know what? Again, if you look at Picard, for example, series season 2 of Picard, if you just again don't look at the past, look to the future. Look where we are now, what we have now. It's a nice continuation of the character of Picard, right? I think it really, really works. But you have to forget everything that happened in the past. Would I be happy about having this female sheriff? It depends what they do with it. Again, I mean, if they're saying, "Oh, look at me, women are not oppressed, we're breaking," I don't know. Again, if she's a real life sheriff, then it feels like you're saying something. Most of all, a chance to get to know about our new Doctor and Dodo in a setting that's sort of familiar. Why is it familiar? Like a sort of Robin Hoodie, I guess. Okay. Elizabeth, it was terribly exciting. Okay, I like the Robin Hoodiness of it. To the first 1960s I've written. I rewatched all of Dodo's television adventures and the Gunfighters a few times. Okay, so listen, you put your work in. You totally put your research in, right? Okay, totally put the research in. That's very good. For me, one of the best. I like the Gunfighters, right? The Gunfighters is fun. If it's going to be like that, I can be talked into it. Her characterization on screen was all over the place. It was, wasn't it? That's fair enough. I'm talking about Dodo, I guess. Oh yeah, we're talking about Dodo. Yeah, it was all over the place. What was going on behind the scenes, but she was absolute joy in the story. You're not wrong. Okay, you're not wrong. So the Outlaws is a homage to both my love of Robin Hood and the great Donald Cotton. Man, you're saying everything right. Okay, you're totally winning me over. Okay, and I could imagine like a Gene Marshy type as sheriff. Okay, you've won me back from that. Okay, and I hope you appreciate how hard I'm working for you. Okay, and I really am. I want this. I want to be able to want it. All right. doing the historical research was brilliant. I was familiar with Nicola de la Hare, a remarkable woman who was a sheriff of Lincolnshire, but exploring a little bit more in the context of the defense of Lincolnshire Castle, and seeing how the actual history fitted. So, well, the story was a delight. Okay. Mark has Rufus has a ball with the script as a meddling monk, and a meddling monk enjoys the sparring with the Doctor, and I was keen to have loads of confrontations between them. Again, what you're imagining is imagine a new series with Stephen Noonan as the first Doctor, right? That's basically what you imagine. They're not trading on it being classic, I think, but they want to be faithful to the feel of it. So, okay, fine. I was have loads of conversations between them. Liz really gave it her all with the dialogue, and it's interesting. Rufus Monk in something where you would easily find Peter's Butterworth was an original monk. Yeah, okay, fine. The second adventure, The Miniaturist by Lizzie Hopley. Like, for example, if and I really wish they did this, and maybe do this with Stephen Noonan. Why not? I said do it with Dave Bradley. Why don't they? The kids did a production of was it the prequel to Dalek? Was it the Dalek Master Plan? Right. And Nick Briggs did the voices. They did everything as exact as it was at the time, and it looked fantastic. So imagine a world where they did I was doing like a Dave Bradley version of like Marco Polo. But let's say you do it with Steve Noonan, right? And whatever you recast, right? And you crowdfund it. I'd love to see that, but then imagine you went off and did new stories. So that's what we're. But okay, so let's say you're doing was it Dalek Master Plan? My point was this: that if you crowdfunded that and you want to produce it, and you had to recast the meddling monk, obviously you'll put Rufus Hound into it, right? I can hear it. Okay, so the second adventure, this is a two-parter by The Miniaturist by Lizzie Hopley. Mark continues. The Miniaturist takes Doctor and Dodo into an era of history that the first Doctor is not wholly familiar with. The first quarter of the 21st century. Oh, that's interesting. It's more of a sideways step for Lizzie, with a mystery deep beneath New Yorkshire mind, bending the mentions of an unreal entity. So the thing I find with Lizzie Hopley is she does rely on these sapphire and steely things. I'm not sure. It doesn't. Very different from the fun of the first one. Okay. Many dimension and the unusual entity that finds the Doctor intensely interesting. And there's a lot of emotional drama for Dodo to play with here. Adding some layers that were perhaps missing from the conception of the original character. Lizzie says, it was a completely new departure for me, as I didn't know the first Doctor era as well. A perfect excuse to swat up an early episode. Mark asked me to watch the Ark, Gunfighters and War Machines. Okay, listen, if you sat through them, and again, listen, you got Lauren Cornelius, you're winning me over all the time. Loving the leopard print, darling. Loving the leopard print. TV, what was your TV video? I couldn't believe the Gunfighters. Gunfighters is fun, right? Gunfighters is fun. I hadn't seen it before. It blew me away with the audacity of the storytelling. Yeah, so I've been fascinated for the craft of miniaturists for years. Who doesn't love a doll's house? Okay. I find it a bit creepy, actually. Okay. I also have links to Bowlby Potash mine in Yorkshire, as my husband and my family worked and still work down there. Okay. It's a home of the Dark Matter Lab as rare geological quiet place. Okay, this sounds like you're gonna have an inferno like situation going on soon. The third Doctor's gonna have to come and say, well, Josephat, how did you do such a thing? That's a terrible third Doctor. Great balls of fire. Hence the most exciting places I could do was set a story. It seems a perfect match for the Doctor and Dodo. I wanted to create aliens as old and mysterious as Erato from The Creature of the Pit. Darling, don't take Creature of the Pit as your... Really? That's a mistake. Oh, God. Yeah, I want to do the big penis monster, right? The dildo, the inflatable dildo monster. I want to do more. I want that as my inspiration. That's a mistake, darling. Okay? But no. What are your personal favorites? I don't know. Listen, people are different. What can I tell you? Something terrifying misunderstood. Well, bloody wasn't misunderstood by me. It was a weird dark fantasy. Okay, so let's have a look at an interview with Stephen, and then we're going to watch his trailer, right? And look, the performance is good. Oh, here's the thing right now, okay? Here's the thing. I'm scared to get it and not like it because I'm going to and not like it because I feel like I'm being lectured to, right? I'm scared to get it and not like it because I'm being lectured to because then I'm going to be upset, right? You've won me over a lot, right? The main story sounds good. I don't know enough about the miniatures, but the main story sounds good. Richard Herndl, David Bradley, and now Stephen Noonan. 3 actors who have followed the steps of William Hart, the first Doctor. For Stephen, a lifelong Doctor Who fan, he can refer to the first Doctor stories by their opening titles from the 1973 Radio Time special. I got a lot of respect for that. So this is a genuine treat. I became okay. He's got a lot of reverence for the first Doctor. That goes a long way, right? That goes a long way. Stephen says, I first became familiar, and Nicholas Briggs is the executive producer. He's like in charge. And tell you, I got a lot of respect for Briggs and his work. A lot of respect. He very rarely doesn't deliver, right? So it's a tough one, mate. It's a tough one. Honestly, I'm nearly won over. Okay, I'm nearly won over, which I'm kind of happy about. Stephen says, I first became from William Hartnell's voice from the 1977 television documentary Who's Doctor Who. We got these clips of him down from down by the Thames in a TV episode in episode 2 of Dalek Invasion of Earth, and from episode 1 of Galaxy 4. Love that. Yeah, it's so spooky, right? It's a great way of introducing the character, especially if you didn't know anything about him before. When I was initially asked to play the first Doctor, I took a bit of time to think about it. You can be as good as good as it can be. And you don't want to ridicule. You don't want to ridicule. You want to be faithful as possible. With generosity from listeners, will hopefully suspend disbelief and think it's the first Doctor. Well, listen, we've done it more than once. You know, again, it's like recasting Kirk at this point, right? We've done it more than once, right? Totally. It's. I don't think that's such an issue. What's it? I lost the page. Where'd it go? No, I lost it. Where? Hang on. Oh, there you go. Found it. Okay. Fine. I have to tell you, then they're very good about not doing impersonations, which I like. I like that Tim Trelaw's third Doctor is a performance. Right? The Annihilators was fantastic, right? And that second Doctor beyond the War Games, I was really unsure about it one way or the other. However, I have to tell you that what goes in Noonan's favor right here is that Fraser Hines' portrayal of the second Doctor was very much driven by his knowledge and love of the second Doctor. Right, so and I think it really brought an incredible performance, and I think that we're probably going to get the same with Noonan. You know what? You talked me into it. I'm gonna take a punt on it. Fine, you talked me around. You're doing good. Okay, fine. Executive producer Nicholas Briggs sent me an email with several TV scenes to audition. Interesting. What are scenes? What if we can get him on? God, I hope I like it. Okay. With 5 different scenes, which were very good at contrasting 5 different aspects of Billy. Most from scenes from Edge of Destruction. Oh, man. I bet the Birth of the Star. Oh, that's one of the all-time great Doctor speeches. There's been a lot of all-time great Doctor speeches, right? But yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. One from the War Machines, the Doctor, when the Doctor and Dodo leaves the TARDIS. I recorded them and sent them back. That's what the War Machines. No, I'm thinking of... No, I am thinking the War Machines, when they put an out of order sign on it, right? They giggle. Yeah, well, they get that whimsy in, because I do hope you're going to get a lot of that in this, right? It does sound... Okay, it sounds pretty cool. And I recorded them and sent them back. I couldn't have done any more work on my performance. Well, obviously it paid off, didn't it? I couldn't done it. Was it any more work on my performance? Then I got an email asking me to do a Zoom the next day, and we had a 3-hour fan conversation before we got around to discussing the part. We were doing a beautiful appreciation of Doctor Who. Okay, you won me over. Stephen was offered the job and accepted it at the end of June last year, with the first recording taking place in November. Stephen continues. I was a couple of weeks before I said yes. I had a lot of time to prepare. I asked if I could see the scripts as soon as possible. It's all very, very well recording versions of the scenes and speeches of existing episodes. We can do an impression or try to mimic the intonation of the existing line. But it's a different thing trying to get the voice right for new lines. Well, that's the exciting bit. Listen, I listened to audio soundtracks of the missing episodes to further capture the voice, and we're going to listen to it in a minute. It's a performance, right? It's a performance. So it's for me, I liked it. I listened to the audio soundtracks of the missing TV episodes for further capture the voice. I found out due to research. I love the treasure that I hadn't encountered before. Nick concludes, Stephen's study of William Hartnell has been epic. He's re-listened to every Hartnell episode, then recorded his versions of them. Wow. Okay, Stephen, can we get you to do, if you've got your own channel, put it out on it, right? Classic versions, like classic Doctor Who speeches as if given by the first Doctor, right? You could do the Stonehenge Matt Smith speech, or you could do the Ark in Space speech, the Have I the Right speech. Oh, wouldn't that be awesome, right? As the first Doctor. I love that idea. So he's certainly reminds me a total of vocal in-calls, really captured the spirit of it while bringing his own Hartnell zest to it. So it's exciting to listen to. The performance was good. So here, let's listen to the performance, right? That's I think it's only fair, right? At this juncture. So video file. There you go. A good freaking trailer they put together.
Join Doctor Who for a new adventure.
Atmospheric pressure, oxygen, temperature, radiation. Yes, it's all quite normal. Now, let's have a look at the scanner, shall we?
Yeah, I'm fine with thinking this is the first. That performance is fine.
We're in a forest.
I can see that, Doctor. But where? And when?
Well, judging by those trees, I'd say, England. Yes. Somewhere around the 13th century.
Well, it looks like a lovely place for a walk. Where or whenever it is.
Well, yeah, I have to tell you, we really don't have much First Doctor and Dodo as well. So it's nice to fill out that era a little bit. Kelly says, I think Fraser Hines does a better second Doctor than Michael Troughton. It's more accurate, but I like the difference, right? I like switching it up a little bit.
There aren't any bears about, are there?
Bears? Why should there be bears?
Well, I know England had plenty of them wandering around in the past.
Yes, my dear. About 1,000 years before this time. No, we'll be quite safe.
Oh, good.
Now, are you sure you're up to it?
Why wouldn't I be?
Oh, no reason.
So I think I prefer it without the distortion, right? Sounds like Post and Pat says perfect. Listen, the Post and Pat says Mark the Bigger. The Post and Pat adventures, they're coming in 2025, mate.
No reason.
I'm fine, Doctor. Really, I am.
I know that it hasn't been easy for you since Stephen left. Having no one but a...
Well, what was much less easy is Dodo, until recently, I'm not sure if Canada's changed, died from syphilis given to her by the Marquis de Sade. wait till you found out in Who Killed Kennedy. Who wrote that book? But yeah, that was one of that's from The Man in the Velvet Mask and Who Killed Kennedy. Oh, I moved it. Where'd it go? There we go.
Yes, well, I suppose I can be quite engaging on occasion.
Anyway, I know that moping about the TARDIS isn't going to do either of us any good.
I am not moping.
Of course not. Neither of us are.
Shall we be off?
I'd better get changed first.
Whatever for?
I can't run around the 13th century in a miniskirt, can I?
Lauren, darling. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. In fact, yeah. Can I just say, if we're going to recast Lauren Cornelius as Perry, same outfit.
Won't be a minute.
Oh, and while you're footling around in that wardrobe, bring my stick, child.
So many dimensions. A box inside a smaller box.
I beg your pardon. You've shrunk my ship. This game is at an end.
We are playing. You and me.
Again, I'm going to give it a punt, right? I'm going to give it a punt. I think it's a nice. I like the celestial toy maker-ness of it, right? And I wouldn't mind seeing them going up against a new celestial toy maker, right? I like what's his name? It was David. He's still alive. David Bellali. I'm sorry to say he's still alive, but come on, they're all dropping like flies, aren't they, mate? What do you want me to tell you? Time moves on.
Like playing with you.
If you play with the dimensions of my ship, you won't just destroy this part of England. You'll destroy the Earth's solar system.
Doctor Who returns in a new science fiction adventure.
So, you know what? Okay, see.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
Look, Nick, mate, you got to get rid of that. That's awful, right? I'm sorry. And you know, I'm a big supporter. But that's awful. That's all. You nearly took me out of it with that one. That's not good. It's not good. Sounds like Cardinal says Sam Tony. I mean, listen, it's different. Listen, all I'm saying is this. It's good to go into things with open mind, right? It's good to go into things with open mind. My mind was certainly closed. The intentions are very, very good. I think it's and the intentions are really good. They've already done research. It's worth giving a punt to if you're going to give a punt to it, right? I will listen. I will try it if it's good. I will tell you. I will give you an honest review. And please be good. All right, that's what I'm saying. Please be good. Fine. I think we covered everything, man. Caught up with so much. The J.K. Rowling. Oh my God. Mandip Gill. I think I might cut that out to make a separate video of it. Mandip Gill. The wit and wisdom, Mandip Gill. It's beyond me, right? It's really, really not a surprise was to be had. And I think we're going to take a release of Stephen Noonan bit. Listen, Stephen, if you're watching, I wish you the best, mate. I wish you the best. I hope it succeeds, right? And I don't want to be a part of its failure. How about that? I do not want to be a part of its failure. I want to see you succeed. Big Finish, we hate money in Southern Rangers. They turned around a bit. Last one was good, right? We had the Annihilators and the end. What else? The Christopher Eccleston box set. They're both the end. Two good releases last month, right? We can all move forward, right? We can all move forward. Fine. With that, I'm going to wrap up. I'm knackered. I'm sick. It's 9:15. I'm going to finish watching The Adam Project, which is freaking awesome. Really, really enjoying it. Strong recommend. I hit the end broadcast button.